Shalom. Been quite a day. I spoke to LaSarah concerning, you know, safety retirement, and as before, it's been confirmed time and time again that it is mine by right. So, I'm trying to see what I did with it. Might have put it in the room. So let's see. Now here it is. It is mine by right, and I'm retired. So retirement means you no longer work or intend to work on a job. And also, as I showed you before, I'm honorably retired. So therefore, I should not have to explain or work on a job if I don't want to because somebody feels I have to. At this particular time, my work is to seek the truth, educate myself that I can help others. That's the way I help, to try to bring truth, justice, honor to a people. So, in doing that, and also, if anybody has something to say about it, and this is not offensive, I'm just talking, won't you go ahead and study and learn as well, that you can do stuff in an attempt to be honorable and find out what you have to do and what you don't have to do, instead of judging others because you feel like you trapped, so I'm jealous, so I'm gonna attack you and I'm gonna injure you and I'm gonna slander your name and I'm gonna punish you any way I can because I gotta do this and you don't. You don't gotta do it either. You choose to do it. That's the difference. And also consider what I'm saying. Do not be offended by it. If you choose to do it and you don't have the courage to stand up and demonstrate your rights and demonstrate your actions in good faith, then you don't have the right to say anything about anybody else. Just go ahead and do what you feel like you need to, or you have to do. So, I had received some letters from LaSarah, but I didn't open them because I've already spoken with them this morning again, and we confirmed we confirmed on recorded line that this safety retirement is mine by right because I did work for it and I did contribute towards it. So also, on the record, I made sure that this was not selling my soul, that this was not selling my nationality, nor rights, nor my inherited rights, and it was determined that none of these things, I have not done none of these things. I still have all of my rights intact. I still have all of my nationality, my freedom. I have everything. I have not sold anything. This is mine by right. And the name that I used back then, because I didn't know anything about nationality and all those things, I was like everybody else. I worked under a government name, or and really that name was really derived from the given name that my mother gave me. So it's still mine by right. And then I also read to you that the Pope had already, their Pope had already given all of the corporations information and telling them that all estates and estates were given back to the people. So that, once again, not that I have to ask nobody for that, but he's already let them know that all these things is free and clear. So I don't have to apologize for that. So, like I said, I still have the retirement. See there? Retirement. See there? Honorably retired back in 2014. So this is what I'll use when I cash the checks that they send me. But like they said, that does not take away from my right. That's why when I receive anything, I do it in my appellation. And a name does not make a person or a man. That is the name that I used back then. And this is the name, this is the identification I can use to cash those checks that they send me according to them. But this is the name that I choose to use representing my nationality and who I am as a man. Then the corporation, I also used Negus Kadesh, Kadesh. You know, and I found out with Kadesh, so I said Kadash. And I was using that as a chosen name because I believe that was the name that the Abba gave me. Meaning, but I found out that that was the character that he had gave me. And then once I found out about my nationality, I just simply chose to use the appellation of Negus El. I have not done nothing wrong. I'm not trying to be tricky or evasive or nothing like that. I'm just using my right to do so. That's all I'm doing. But the system, I'm not going to throw everybody in the same basket. There's some good people. I always say there's good people everywhere. But the criminals or the criminal minded are always trying to make you criminal minded. I'm not trying to do any of those things. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to evade nobody. I'm just being me. Yeah, like I said, I have the right. If they come into, if any mail that comes to me in my estate or estate name of origin that that was given by my mother, Anthony Madrus Pooler Sr., I have the right to receive that mail, and if I choose to contract with it, I can go ahead and sign off on it, or if I choose to return it and choose not to contract with it, I'll send it back to them or not open it. Then also, at one time when I was using Negus Yah Kadesh, or use Kadash, I had given instructions, do not incorporate or I'll capitalize that name. But when I tried to go ahead and do that at 24 Hour Fitness, they did that. They said, well, this is how we do it. So they capitalized it. Then I came about the knowledge that I can use the nationality name of being Negus El, being Moore, M-U-U-R. So that's the name I choose to use now, Moore. But I can receive mail in any of those names, and if I choose to contract in any of those names, I have the right to do that. I'm not being evasive or elusive or deceptive, anything. That's my right. But the de facto is always trying to catch you up or try to trick you. You can't trick me, because how you can trick me for being myself? You're the one that's doing the fraudulent things. I told you do not incorporate or put my name in all capital, any of my name. You did that. And like I said, my estate name, the name of my estate is Anthony Madrus Pooler Sr. But is that me? No, that's a name. That's an estate. That is mine by right. The name I choose to use now, Negus El. Properly English spelling. I still have right to Negus Yah Kadesh. I still have right to that. Because it's my intellectual property that was given to me by the highest. And my estate name given to me by my mother. So why do I gotta tap around and seem like I'm playing games, and then you ask me what is my address? I don't have an address. Addresses is for what you do. Not, well, I'm talking to the corporations. That's what they do. Now, that's how you operate. But if you ask me if I have an address, I don't have one. I'm not lying. That's why I went ahead and used the location, mailing, or the contact location that I gave you. I'm not trying to be deceitful or any of those things. I'm trying to operate in honor. The Most High said, "Come out of her, my people." So that is my whole intent. And they're doing everything they can to try to make me be in that. But I must say, I don't know Lacer's full intent, but they have been more honest with me than most, I believe, because because they're basically telling me that what I'm receiving is mine by right. I have not sold anything away. I have not given anything away. I have not defrauded myself. I have not acting in dishonor. I have not sold my soul. I have not sold my nationality. That's what they said. So all I can go by is what they said, and that's why I accepted it, because they said that. I made it sure to ask that question, and they said that on recorded line. So if that's not true, let it be so. But like I said, I didn't open up their letters that they sent me because we've already talked about it today on recorded line and before. Read something else to you. Let me see. Article 4, Section 1, U.S. Constitution. This is what they stand by. They're supposed to stand by. Full faith and credit shall be given in each state to the public acts, records, and judicial proceedings of every other state, and Congress may by general laws prescribe the manner in which such acts, records, or proceedings shall be proved, and the effect thereof. Article 4. All debts contracted and engagements entered into before the adoption of this Constitution shall be valid against the United States Corporation under this Constitution, as under the Confederation. So, all debts belong to them. If LaSara send me, I'm just using this for example, if LaSara send me 1 million fiat notes, and they said it's mine by right, and all debts is already paid, I don't have to send nobody nothing. If it's already paid, all I gotta do is discharge it. According to that's where it's supposed to go. That's just like, say, if you had a job and you made a, let's just use this for example. I'm just using this terms for example. They gave you a million fiat notes a month. Now you go to Walmart, you go to Aldi, you go to all these different stores, but you choose to spend some of that fiat at Aldi's. Now that you you walk inside of Walmart and you do all these different places, they can get mad at you because you didn't give them no fiat. Because because everything that you do is a gift anyway, because it's already paid for. They're just trying to make you give your stuff to them, and then people that are ignorant, they persuade them that you're a bad person, or a man, a woman, because you're not doing what they doing. But they don't. Most of the time, they don't understand. Not that I understand everything, but I understand enough to know that I don't owe anybody nothing. So, and because they know you know that, and they know others don't know that, they use them against you. Well, he's a bum, man. He's not contributing. He's not doing this. When you don't have to. All debts is already paid. That's the corporation's debt, and they already filed bankruptcy. All right. Oh, okay. Listen, one more thing. I was driving down the street, and like I said, I don't have to follow these penal codes and all these different things according to Bouvier's Law Dictionary. When I already told you, said turn to law. It's civil, penal, criminal, and penal according to objects. I'm not their object, so I'm not a 14th Amendment citizen. But out of respect for the men and women, I will pull over if I choose to. Let me make a part 2 to this.